everyone, this is Sandy Reese with StampinCrew.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Thank you so much for joining me for another video tutorial today. As I promised Thursday, we are going to use one of the celebration items. Now this is a current item that's in our mini catalog. It's on page 62 called Loveliest Layers Decorative Masks. Now I use masks occasionally, not super often, but I really love these layering masks. So I'm going to show you how to use them and a couple tricks to help you keep the patterns in order. Okay, celebration's still going on for a few more days. So it ends the 28th. That's the last day you can place an order of $50 or more and get a free item. So this is one of the free items. I'm going with a purple theme here today, as you can see. So I'm going to start with just a piece of basic white, and this is 5 by 3 3/4. Now I want to place this in a spot, and I'm using my grid paper because I can get right in the corner here. And I want to hold it steady, but I don't want it to be permanently stuck there. So I'm just going to use just a teeny bit of my seal adhesive just to hold this down. All right. Okay, so I'll be able to peel that off pretty easily, but I want to keep it so it's not going to move around. Now the mask, there are 5 masks in this set. I'm going to use the flower masks, and let me show you a quick tip that I did. Here's the first one. This is the first one we're going to do. It's the big flower, and I'm using some Post-it note tape. You can get this at the office supply store or online. I had a friend give that to me. But what you want is a temporary adhesive. So you can use washi tape, you can use even our masking paper, cut it in a strip, but you want something that will hold it, but you can peel off easily. All right, so that's tip number 1, to hold it in place. Then what I did was we had some of the Stampin' Up! Washi tape a while ago, and I just cut little pieces and I put it in the top right corner of the mask. So I know that's where I'm going to put all my masks. All the masks have that little Stampin' Up! Logo. You can just write top right. You can put an X. You know, I would do more than an X because you can see an X on the other side. So make sure you put a marker where you know where to line everything up. And then since I was using this in class and we went through, you know, a whole bunch of people, I wrote number 1, this is the order it's going to go in, and you can write that on here if you want. And then I put the color that we're going to use. So that way we don't get confused. So I'm just lining this up right in the corner where I put my paper, stick that down, and I'm going to use Fresh Freesia. And I'm using my blending brushes. Now you can use sponge daubers if you want, but I'm using the Fresh Freesia. And so what I did was start everyone, you know, putting the brush with the color. So keep that together. So then we're just going to apply a little bit of pressure in a circular motion, and we're going to cover all the area that's open. So you want to make sure you don't have paper sticking out past your mask because this is pretty close to the edge. So we don't want to get it on the edges of our paper. So cut your paper slightly smaller than your mask area. Okay, so that's all I'm doing with the Fresh Freesia. Okay, so we can peel this off. Perfect. Okay, number 2, we are going to use some Highland Heather. So you can see I have my Stampin' Up! Label. I have number 2 Highland Heather. I'm going to line this up right in the corner. You can also see how that just lines up perfectly. Okay, we're going to grab Highland Heather. Then I have this is one of our new mini brushes. Isn't it cute? It's really great for doing smaller areas. So I'm going to go over. I need more ink. Okay, go over there. Now you can see during class one of these little pieces of my mask was bent back, so I'm going to be careful to just go in one direction so I don't get under there. Okay, and just go in a circular pattern. Okay, I think that's good for our Highland Heather. Let's peel this off. Very cool. Okay, next we are going to do our leaves. We're going to start with, not that one, number 3. And I put PP, that's short for Parakeet Party. And because I have to put my tape on these corners because these are my open. I've got area right there. So we're using Parakeet Party. And I'm using a large brush for this one. This is my larger open area. So you want to make sure your masks are clean on both sides. And I think I had a little purple on the back of that one. All right, there we go. And last but not least, we have this small detail for the leaves, and I'm going to use Granny Apple Green for these. The little inside of my leaves. I have lots of ink on there. Okay. And if you feel like you don't have enough color, you can always put your mask back on top and fill it in. Ooh, isn't that beautiful? I love that. Okay. Ooh, I can hear some sirens outside. That's not good. Okay. Heading down the street. All right, so I am going to adhere this to a piece of Gorgeous Grape cardstock. All right, and then I'm going to put my, you can turn this either way. You could do, landscape. This is a great flower that it doesn't really matter. I want to put a little sentiment right here, so I'm going to adhere it to my cardstock going this direction because I've got those 2 great leaves up there. I'm going to use just a little bit of my sparkly ribbon. This is one of my favorite ribbons. I really hope it stays in the new catalog. And I really wish they would bring back the black one because I love them both. All right. You can use tape to put that on. I've just used a little of my seal adhesive. And center this on our card front. And then I've used my double oval punch to just do a little sentiment. This is so pretty, I don't want to cover anything up that I don't have to. So I'm using Gorgeous Grape, and the stamps that I'm using is Pansy Patch, just because I love the font on here. It's so sweet. And there's like 3 sentiments that will fit on the little oval. So I'm going to do Happy Birthday. And we'll just stamp that. Whoop, I didn't push it down all the way. Let's try it again. I need to put it on something dark so I can see a little better where I'm stamping. Okay. That's what's great. Our paper's double-sided, right? Okay. And I stuck my finger in the ink. Okay. If you have inky fingers before you're handling your white cardstock, make sure you wipe that off. Okay, let's adhere this down. And we are going to use some dimensionals and pop this up. And I try to make sure that I'm getting my dimensionals on the cardstock and not just the ribbon, so that it holds it down a little better. All right, now we're going to add a little embellishment. So you could do a couple different things. I have the pastel pearls that I've been using a lot for this card, or you can use the iridescent rhinestones, and then that picks up some of the sparkly bits. But I think I'm going to use the pearls today. And let's grab our pick tool. I think this is my broken pick tool. Where's my other one? Right here. That one's loose. Okay, so I've got, and any of these pearls will look good. There's also pink pearls, which are not on my sheet, but I have a few of these darker ones left that I'm going to use. And I'm just putting them right with my other dots. That just seems like the perfect place to put those. Just like that. Isn't that pretty? I love these things. I love, and I'm going to try to use more of the masks because I don't use them enough, and I really do love them. And let's do a little inside sentiment. This is another one. Wishing you a little extra happiness just because you're you. And this is light enough, you don't have to add a white piece to the inside, but if you want, you can do that too. All right. I hope you enjoyed our project today. Make sure to check back on Monday. I have a great card using lots of celebration items on that card, so I'm very excited for it. All right. I will see you all back here on Monday, and if you'd like to place an order, make sure to use the host code provided below. And I will see you soon. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.